Portia de Rossi breaks silence after kicking out Ellen DeGeneres. The couple's marriage has failed partly due to Ellen's extremely controlling behavior, which caused fear in Portia, but Ellen's connections with Diddy have also caused problems in the couple's marriage. As a result, Portia has broken off all contact and kicked Ellen out of the house. It has been quiet around the couple for some days, but insiders are now revealing that Portia does not regret her actions and now has peace to think about. The situation, it appears that Portia has distanced herself from Ellen and is now mainly spending time with family, and this is doing her good. So, what happened? The love story of Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi begins in 2000 at a social event in Los Angeles. At the time, both were carving their respective paths in Hollywood. Ellen was a beloved comedian and television host known for her trailblazing role as a gay woman in entertainment. Portia, on the other hand, was a rising actress best known for her roles in TV series like Ellen. By their first meeting was brief. Portia later admitted that when she first laid eyes on Ellen, she was immediately captivated. However, there was a complication. Portia was not publicly out as a lesbian at that time. She harbored feelings for Ellen but was too afraid to act on them, fearing the consequences for her career. They exchanged pleasantries and moved on with their lives, but something profound had shifted within Portia over the next few years. Their paths crossed a few more times. Each meeting carried a certain magnetic tension, a sense of something unsaid. By 2004, both Ellen and Portia found themselves single and at a similar event again. This time, there was no mistaking the mutual attraction. Ellen, being the more openly out and proud of the two, initiated a deeper conversation, breaking down some of the barriers Portia had built around herself. Portia felt safe in Ellen's presence, of feelings she had rarely experienced before they began dating. Soon after, though initially under the radar, their relationship, once public, became a symbol of love, courage, and authenticity in the LGBTQ+ community. With the launch of The Ellen DeGeneres Show in 2003, Ellen, who had experienced tremendous criticism upon coming out in the late 1990s, became a popular talk show host. As Portia's career took off and she gained recognition for her performance in Arrested Development, their bond seemed to get stronger as they grew more at ease with each other, being publicly visible. Ellen often spoke about Portia on her show, expressing her affection openly. Portia, who had come out around the same time they started dating, thought Ellen's unwavering positivity and confidence were so inspiring that she frequently referred to Ellen as her best friend and soulmate. By 2005, they were inseparable because of their mutual love of animals, philanthropy, and mission to change the world. Ellen's humor and wit balanced Portia's more reserved and introspective nature. They were often seen laughing together, holding hands at red carpet events, and sharing loving glances. They became a much-adored couple, a beacon of hope for many in the LGBTQ+ community. In 2008, when the California Supreme Court overturned the ban on same-sex marriage, Ellen and Portia decided to take the plunge. It wasn't just a personal decision, it was also a political statement. They were thrilled at the prospect of having their love legally recognized. Ellen proposed to Portia in their Los Angeles home with a stunning 3-carat pink diamond ring. Portia, overwhelmed with emotion, immediately said yes. Their wedding on August 16, 2008, was an intimate affair attended by close friends and family set in their Beverly Hills home. The ceremony was filled with love and joy.
Smile on my face, there's a spring in my step, and there's a ring on my finger.
Exact POS and gowns were worn by Ellen and Portia. Ellen opted for a white pantsuit while Portia wore a flowing dress. The couple exchanged handwritten vows filled with promises of love, support, and friendship. The moment was historic not just for them, but for many around the world who looked up to them as role models. Their marriage marked the beginning of a new chapter in their lives. They continued to support each other in their respective careers while also taking on joint projects, particularly those focused on humanitarian and animal rights causes. In public, they were often seen sharing affectionate moments, laughing together, and showing genuine admiration for each other. Their love story was for a time considered one of the most stable and beautiful in Hollywood. However, like all relationships, Ellen and Portia's marriage was not without its difficulties. The demands of Hollywood public scrutiny and the hard schedules both began to take their toll around 2014, when reports of a fight between the couple began to surface in the media. One of the first indications of trouble started to appear. The talk show host Ellen's well-known persona and Portia's difficulties paving her own route in the wake of Ellen's fame fed these rumors. Portia, a gifted actress, experienced an identity crisis that strained their relationship because she was more frequently defined by her marriage than by her own accomplishments. While Portia was battling personal issues like her long-term eating disorders and feelings of inadequacy, Ellen was juggling her career, which was requiring more of her time and attention as her show continued to grow in popularity. Though Ellen was rising to prominence in Hollywood, and her brand of kindness, humor, and advocacy for positive change was resonating with people all over the world, Portia frequently felt alone and isolated in their marriage because of the contrast between Ellen the entertainer and the real Ellen at home. Ellen, with her busy schedule, sometimes failed to notice how deeply Portia was struggling. In 2018, Ellen considered ending her talk show, citing the exhaustion of maintaining a public persona that had to be always kind, always happy. She felt boxed in by the expectations of her audience, and the industry. Portia supported the idea, seeing it as a chance for them to reconnect on a deeper level away from the constant spotlight. Yet Ellen chose to renew her contract, perhaps signaling to Portia that her career came first. As the years went by, the cracks in their marriage became more apparent. The intense pressure from their public life combined with personal insecurities created a rift. The pandemic of 2020 only exacerbated these tensions when Ellen was accused of fostering a toxic work environment on her show. The scandal was splashed across the media. Suddenly, the Bain brand was being questioned, and Ellen was under a microscope. Portia stood by Ellen during this tough period, outwardly supporting her, but behind the scenes it was a different tale. The stress of the scandal and the bad media attention put extra strain on their marriage. They began to argue more regularly. Ellen's stubbornness and need to control every element of her public image increased, Ed spilling over into their private life, generating friction. With Ellen's unwavering focus on her career and reputation, Portia felt that her own needs and desires were being neglected. By late 2021, the couple had undergone counseling and attempted multiple times to work through their differences in order to preserve their relationship, realizing the value it held for them as well as for millions of fans. However, some of the wounds were too deep to heal, and Portia yearned for a more subdued life filled with authenticity and less spectacle. Ellen, nevertheless, was still stuck in the cycle of her demanding career, but now the end is actually there. Their marriage has collapsed. Ellen described Portia as the most important person in my life, while Portia mentioned that she will always love Ellen and that their time together had been filled with beautiful moments. They both acknowledged that while their marriage did not have the fairy tale ending many had hoped for, it was still a meaningful and transformative chapter in both of their lives.